Welcome back to Tools and Trails. Today, trying something different. Not in the garage, and we're definitely not out on the trail. We're in the kitchen. Probably shouldn't be here. This is not where I belong. But we're trying something new today. It occurs to me, watching all these overlanding and camping videos and stuff like that, everybody always focuses on the food and what they're cooking for supper. So I thought I'd try something different. You know, every once in a while we're out on the trails and I'll throw a burrito on the manifold of the engine there, and it kind of got me thinking, you know, we'll try a whole string of maybe some manifold meals. So today we're going to put together a couple of them here. We're just about ready to go on a big trip. Stay tuned for that one, but I want to put together 3 different meals that we can just toss onto the engine about halfway through the morning, and then we got ourselves a nice hot lunch ready to eat. So stay tuned. We're going to get right into it. Okay, our first entree, lunch, meal is going to be some street tacos. So just something real simple. And since the engine doesn't get all that hot, we're basically just kind of warming things back up again. So got a few things cooking behind me here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start with some street tacos. I got some taco stuff, chicken taco stuff that my wife made left over. So it's already got some beans and chicken and stuff like that going on. So we're just going to put it in here. So I think I can get about, I'm going to try to get 6 of them in here. I think we can make that work. And I'll go over what I'm doing here with these little tin things here in a little bit. That's 4, there's 5, and there's 6. Okay, so we're just going to take a little bit of this chicken taco meat here, just a little dab. Put it in each one of the taco shells here. We're going to put just a little bit of onion on there and a little bit of cheese. Just do that 6 times here. And the last one, a little cheese. Okay, so that's what we got. We're just going to close this up now, and this one's done, ready to go. So we'll wrap it more in some more tinfoil before we put it on the engine, but this gets us all done with this one. So got these nice little lids with these containers. So kind of push that down in there, give it everything wrapped up tight. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you do when you're cooking on the engine is make sure this is all sealed up. So that's why we'll wrap it again with another layer of tinfoil, just to kind of help seal everything in. We don't want exhaust gases and all that kind of stuff getting around there. So there's our tacos. I'm going to set that to the side. I've got some stuff sizzling behind me here, so we'll go to the next one. All right, for the spaghetti and sausage, got some spaghetti going here. Sausage-wise, just got some Parmesan, maple pork sausage. Yeah, pork sausage is going. These are pretty cheap, couple bucks. So gonna cut those up, and of course, our spaghetti sauce is Italian sausage and garlic. So got to have all the sausage together. For our poor man's burritos, got some chicken cooking here, and I'm just use good old canned chicken breast. So we got that just cooking up. Not going to leave it cold. We'll put a little bit of olive oil on here so we don't stick to the pan. Vegetable oil, I should say. Get that mixed up and going. Stir that up a bit. And then we're going to add that into our other ingredients here in just a minute. Okay, we got our poor man's chicken just about done here. You can see some of that getting nice and brown, so don't have it on a real high heat here, but actually we'll maybe turn that down just a little bit. Okay, our spaghetti's done, so we're gonna drain that, and then looks like our sausages are just about done there too, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain the water off of this. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of dump this back in the pan for right now. Then we're gonna just add a little sauce. Just get about the right amount here. Probably a pretty good start. Maybe add to it here in a little bit. Okay, we're just gonna put that on a real low heat for right now. And then I'm gonna take these sausages, go ahead and chop them up and throw them in there, and then we should be ready to go. So, all right, just need to chop up our sausages here for the spaghetti. I'm just gonna go chunks. A little warm, a little warm. Go ahead and cut up all 8 of them. Yep, they're done. Oh, we've got to sample the food, you know. Okay, that looks like a lot. Probably is. We'll go ahead and dump a little bit in the pot here. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, we'll put it all in there. Got my son Tanner helping me with the camera tonight. So Tanner, why don't you come over here? Let's take a peek at that pot there. Let's see how that looks.
Looking pretty good.
So there, I think we'll just kind of stir this up a little bit, get her all mixed in. What do you think? We need any more sauce on that? Is that about right?
That's just about perfect, maybe.
Maybe? Okay. Well, let's come back around here and we're going to dump this in a pan. Okay, I think that's about the perfect amount. I should note that we're shooting for basically feeding 2 people. So that's about right. Now I do have something to go with this. Tanner, can you grab that bread over there?
On it.
Can't have an Italian meal without some garlic bread. So we'll put a cover on this, and that'll be ready to go. And I think what we'll do with garlic bread is we'll just break off a chunk of this, because there's no way that we're gonna eat this whole loaf on the trail. So I'm gonna open this up, and we'll just take a little bit, and I'll just wrap that in some tin foil. This should already be buttered and ready to go. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay. I could take about yay much. Somewhere in about here. Okay, our third meal is something that I kind of go back to a lot. Just grab stuff from the fridge and make me a burrito out of whatever's left. So, but usually what I do is I got some kind of meat, I got some rice, usually like to add some beans and just go from there. So we're gonna do that today. I got some leftover rice here that we cooked here last night, I think it was. We'll just dump that in the bowl. Be good with that. I got some grilling beans here. Now I know these aren't black beans or pinto beans or anything like that, but it doesn't matter. So take a couple spoons of these, add these into the mix here. Yeah, let's go with 3 spoonfuls. That's about right. Now, got the chicken. So, again, this is what we just cooked up. Again, canned chicken is all this. Just throw that in there. Now, I've got a few onions left over here, so yeah, no sense in putting those to waste. Got some canned chilies here, so gonna just dump about that much. Okay. Now we're gonna stir that up.
I'm gonna stir it. A little hard to get out, but you did get it.
Get this all mixed up. Okay, there you go. That's your basic chicken and rice burrito. So I got a little cheese left over, so we'll throw that in there too. Get a little on there.
Looks like our dog is making sure we're doing it perfect.
Okay, I think we're ready to put those on a burrito. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we're gonna start out with just the
Normal tacos.
burrito size.
Buddy.
So these are not going to be giant burritos. We got to fit 2 of them in the tin here. So we're going to just scoop up a little bit. I'm guessing we're going to have some leftover burrito stuff here. So
Probably.
that's all right. Bought this rice-a-roni, spicy Spanish rice, and it said just heat and eat. So, you know, on the conventional oven here, you're supposed to heat it up, put a little water in it, and then it's done within 4 to 5 minutes. So I figured on the tray, you know, I'll just put it in one of these and empty it in here, dump a little water in there, and stick it on an engine for about 30 minutes probably, and then it should be ready. So this is going to be an experiment. I want to try this out and see if we can make this work. So that, if it all works, we'll do with the street tacos. So that should do it for us. Next step is to eat this stuff. So okay, manifold meal number 1. We're going to go with the spaghetti first off. We got a nice flat spot right back here in the engine. This is the best space because it's just right above the manifold. So plus my tray is back in there in the mess. Just stuck that in here. It'll just set right in there. Not going to go anywhere. We got me some garlic bread here. I think I'm going to wait just a little bit for this. This will cook for probably, I don't know, 35 minutes, 45 minutes, somewhere there, until we stop. I think that's what I'm saying. So here in a little bit, I'll stop again. We'll put the bread on. I don't want to overcook that. And hopefully we got lunch here in about 45 minutes. Time to pull the dinner lunch out of the oven. It's the bread. That feels pretty nice and warm. The spaghetti I'm a little concerned about. It's warm, but not overly hot. So we'll see how that is here. But we're gonna open them up in the back. Didn't leave these on too long, so probably should be putting them on for some more time. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep.
Melted
Melted.
bread is beautiful. Look at all that.
I think it worked pretty good.
Looks really good. So I'm gonna taste the spaghetti. Spaghetti I think could have cooked longer. It's warm, not hot, but still good. This bread though is great. That's to perfection there. Still tasty. Still tasty. Got the sausage in it. Perfect. All right, got tacos here in the back. Nice little spot there. And then got the rice up here in the front. So yesterday we didn't get fully warm. We had stuff in for only about 35 minutes or so. And I really think we need to go longer. So I'm gonna run these today for, I don't know, maybe closer to an hour. And I think we'll have better results. So anyway, we're gonna close the oven and head on down the trail. Give it a try here. Yeah, it's good. That works. I have to remember that. As far as the tacos go, shells got a little mushy, so they're going to be a little tricky to eat here. Yeah, those are not good. Tacos, a little disappointing. Rice is good. All right. Well, we pulled an audible on the burritos. That's what we have left for our third meal because the tacos got a little soggy. My cooler is full of water. That got into all the stuff. And so soggy flour tortillas, not good. So we took the stuff out of the inside of the burritos and just cooked that. So we're gonna put those on some tortillas here and just kind of have small burritos, taco-ish sort of burritos. And I think it's gonna be good. We also changed up our cooking time. Instead of the other day, our first one was about 35 minutes. Next day was about an hour. I think today we just left her in the oven for about probably close to 2 hours. So, and that looks a lot better. It's a lot warmer. Get us a fork here. That looks like it's going to be good stuff there, Jim. Perfect. Put a little salsa on this. This is probably our best meal yet. A little salsa.
And cheese.
Throw a little cheese on there. There's some cheese in the mix already, but we'll add a little to the top. Just a sprinkling. Oop, get it on there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be tasty. Perfect. This is the best one yet, Jim. This is perfect. Well, just to close out our Manifold Meals experiment, cooking with the XJ. We took 3 meals with us on our trip through the Mojave Preserve when we did the Mojave Road trip last weekend. And I would say we had reasonable success. We ate the food, put it that way. And it was good, but we learned a couple things. So first thing is, everybody says these XJs run really hot. Mine doesn't. So it's not going to cook a steak. You know, you're not bringing water to boil on the engine in here. Not going to happen. Right? My thermometer temperature gauge ran about 200 degrees, maybe just a little below, almost all the time. And I think probably too, just the configuration of the engine, where I was able to put the food so it will stay there. I felt it was probably in the best place, but not probably the hottest, right? Different engine configurations maybe would get hotter. You got a 350 Chevy V8, you can lay stuff on either manifold on the sides. Yeah, that's probably gonna work a little better, but with the straight six, a little bit different. So not as hot. So our first day, we did spaghetti with some garlic bread. The garlic bread was good. That does not need to be in there nearly as long, but the spaghetti was a little chilly. So we could have put that in a little longer. We only had it in there for about 35, 40 minutes. And what I've learned is you can't overcook stuff in here. So we probably could have poured that on for an hour or two and been fine. So that's one. Number two, the little tins that we used, those worked really good. And I'll probably use those again. You know, they sit right in there. They're the perfect size for where we put stuff in here. So that was a win. Third, I got to get a different cooler. So by the second day, my cooler had nothing but water in it. And so based on the bumping around the trail and everything, you know, I had water sloshing everywhere. That got into the tins. And so we got some soggy tortillas. Now, if you've ever had a soggy flour tortilla and tried to eat it, boy, that is not good. It's like eating paste or something. It's not what you want to do. And so our street tacos that we had for the second meal, they were not good. So we basically just took the stuff out of the inside and, you know, pitched away the tortillas because they were not cooked. And we only had it in there for about an hour. Went longer, but still could have been in there longer. The rice we did, that turned out okay. Again, would have put it in longer, but that ready to eat, just add water and ready to eat rice that you can buy with rice roni in the tin, that worked good. So we'll do that again. So by the third day, we pulled an audible, and at breakfast that morning, I had already been onto it for the tortilla thing, and I wasn't going to do that again. So just took everything out of the burritos and just put that back in the tin, made sure it was up out of the water. That one turned out really good, okay? But the tortillas had already gotten soggy, so we just, when we had the meal, we just did fresh tortillas, and that worked pretty good. Also, that one, we just left it in there for like 2 hours. You can't overcook things in here, so that worked pretty good. So I think that one was the best. So yeah, takeaways, not gonna overcook it. Get a cooler that's not gonna put water in your food. That's a big one. Just don't worry about having them in there for a long time. The tins also a win. So we'll do it again. Definitely try some different foods, some different recipes. It's a lot of fun to do. You could do it yourself too. Kind of figure out on your car which area works the best, and do some experimenting with it. So we're going to continue to play with it. So stay tuned for some more Manifolds on Meals brought to you by Tools and Trails. Thanks for watching.